After the last uh, recording, I had an idea. Well, at the end of the last recording, I had this idea. I don't know why I didn't really have it before. It just sort of popped into my mind while I was recording. And it was this idea that I was able to go into like different like weird spaces that, people really wouldn't think of when going through planes and such. And I did decide to go into the next area, and it it was kind of the same as the when I first went into the second plane, how it was mostly the same with very little differences. And I went back and I searched very thoroughly for specific thing, which was something that was able to give me a more of a, how do I say this, like weird entrance of sorts. This entire time I was thinking about planes being more um, a variation of each and every single different plane, like at the end of each one, how there was a door. But I was also thinking about now if there was little compartments that I was able to find that was able to just have more of a interesting entrance to another place, I would say. And I will have to say I was more successful in this than I was more expecting. And the space that I have now, at least, it it's mostly unusable, but it was still something very interesting to find. So what happened was I decided to start opening the vents in some of the bathrooms and such around. And most of the times when I had the bathrooms open, or no, the vents open, I mean, they mostly just led to what you would expect to be a vent. And I didn't stop the search because I knew that in the previous planes, most of my entrances just led to various parts of the plane, and it was always that weird one that was in there. So I decided to scour around a little bit more, opening everywhere that I could. And it appeared that there was one vent that led to another part. It was a little hard to hear at first, but like me putting my head up to it, I definitely heard a different tone than how I would hear other vents in the plane. And it mostly appeared to be a very like loud and higher pitch, which was extremely different from the like low rumble of the plane that we're in right now. So I thought it may have been something that was a different plane of some sorts. And when I tried crawling through the vents. It's very narrow. But um, what I was able to do was I was able to go into my phone and take the app, camera app, and just take a picture down the vent, trying my best to not drop it or anything. So I didn't do it too far. And the thing that I saw, at least it was very interesting, was um, there was, oh, man, I didn't see too much, but the plane that I saw, I believe, at least from my recollection of some of the things, was apparently it was a jet. Um, it I don't know what like compartment I was looking through, but um, it appeared to be from like down where the feet of the cockpit was. So I didn't get that good of a view, and I did see mostly um, the glass on top of there, right? So the only plane that I know of that has glass all the way over top would be a jet. So that's mostly what I assumed, and I don't think there was any way that it led to outside of the plane. So that really just seemed to be a pretty normal and average. Like it seemed to be another plane. It was what I'm trying to get to, and the plane just seemed to be this sort of man, I don't know. It just appears that this entire thing is like a big network of weird planes or and such. I could not tell you. I don't even understand it myself. And now that I've explored this new area, I think that it would be at least beneficial for me to try to dip my toes into the different areas of it and try to piece together some of the different like layouts of the area. I'm mostly going off my recollection since I spent a really good chunk of time um, resting in these places, contemplating if I want to push forward, especially after the things that I saw in the previous plane. But I am over that now, and I'm past it, and I believe it will be best for me to ignore that until I have to face it again. So I will not be going backwards to at least the single floor planes for a little bit. Maybe I can try getting myself into the jet some way or another, though that is a long shot in my own opinion. I don't know if I'll be able to do that in I'll see what I can do.